Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We are going to listen Christian Horner. Let's listen to him.
An interesting session, but a good sesh is
Yeah.
the words of Yuki. How would you judge that one?
Look, I think, it was certainly a good start for Yuki, settling into the car pretty well. Obviously, quite a different feel, probably to what he's used to. But I thought he settled in. He gave very good feedback, and now both drivers working away to improve the car for the next session.
Christian, did you make a mistake in the first place not putting Yuki in instead of Liam?
I think, as I said previously to Craig, that with hindsight, I think we just asked too much too soon from Liam, and we've got a lot of work to do with the car, and unfortunately, I think that it's sometimes you've got to be cruel to be kind, but we've not. He's not out of Formula One. He's gone back to the racing balls. We still believe in him as a talent for the future, and making use of Yuki's experience will hopefully enable the engineers to make faster progress with the car.
Well, that's got to be some seriously promising stuff, though, from Yuki. I mean, to have no time in the car pre-season, to come in and just be a 10th off of Max already, looks like great stuff. Some of the splits on the timing did look a little bit like he may have had his engine turned up. Can you confirm if that's the case or not at all?
No, they were both identical engine mode. So, no, I think that's a positive start for Yuki. He knows the circuit very well here. His feedback's very clear, very concise in the car. So, it's just the start of his journey with the team, and plenty to get into.
We've been used to Yuki being very ebullient, loud, aggressive in the smaller team or in the B team or whatever you want to call it. But today was very calm.
Yeah.
Is that the driver you'll manage to keep going this way the whole weekend? A calm Yuki that works well?
Well, that's what he needs to do and needs to deliver. He's now in his 5th season in Formula One, so he's got quite a lot of experience now behind him. And if he certainly made in a high-pressured situation a positive start, and he just needs to build on that now through the rest of the weekend.
So you have some data from him from all these years in the other team, and what we've seen apparent halfway through last season, the car became difficult even for Max, as if he was the only one working in the car, not getting any feedback from his teammate. And you need two drivers to develop a car. From what you've seen from Yuki for the past years, is he a driver that can actually help Max develop that car?
I think he brings experience, and I think that knowledge is very useful. As it's this season's all going to be about a development race, and that's why that we took the decision early. I think Liam would have got there, but it might have taken 5, 6, 7 races or half a season. We don't have that amount of time, so after discussing it internally, we decided, right, this is we've got to rip the plaster off this now and get on with it, and that's what we chose to do. And Yuki's jumped in and done a good job initially.
Christian, you have to go back to Daniel Ricciardo to find a teammate that really could on occasion match and beat Max Verstappen. What is it about the second Red Bull, the other side of the garage? What is it? Max seems to be able to drive around it at the moment. For example, he said in that session, the car's flexing. What did he mean by that? And what is the problem with the second car?
Well, look, first of all, Max is a generational talent. So being his teammate is arguably the toughest job in Formula One. And Sergio Perez for 4 years, for 3 of those years, did a pretty decent job. He was second in the Drivers' Championship in 23, third in 22, and managed to win some very decent races. So and of course the development direction that we push to extract performance from the car, we're always looking to create the fastest car, whether that was in 2021 or 22, 23, and of course, last year was a lot tougher. But Max is very clear what he wants from the car, and of course, that will always give you a stronger return if we can give him what he's looking for.
So, Christian, just to pick up on the generational talent comment that you made, do you feel that that's part of the issue because Max is able to mask a lot of the problems with the car and still get away with great results? I mean, just a couple of years ago, he was winning races by 30 seconds, and now he's most often not even a favorite for pole position or even a race win. So how much accountability falls on the team's shoulders? Because we talk a lot about the second driver, but what about the car and where it's at, and how much falls on the team's shoulders?
Well, of course, it's always a combination of car and driver, and we know that Max is, he's the reigning 4-time world champion. We know that there's not a better driver, in Formula One, and these things always have to work in harmony. A driver cannot do it on their own. A team cannot do it without a driver. The two things have to come together, and of course you have to work hard at it. And as a team, we know we've got performance to find, but it's only as a team collectively that you find that performance. And Max is, he's working hard, very hard behind the scenes, putting in the hours on the sim with the engineers, and a lot of work going in to try and make sure that we can really take the fight to the McLarens this season.
Well, to carry on that, it's great to have two drivers that can be quick, that love the car, but if their driving style is miles apart, then it doesn't work. You still need to have similar driving style if you want to keep working in a similar direction. So does Yuki's driving style adapt well to Max's one?
Well, I think we have to provide a different setup. There's Max's ability to extract lap time from the car is unique, and I think that we haven't seen another driver able to do that in the way that Max is able to, and so therefore I think you need to give almost a calmer car to whoever is the partner driver, to give a more settled and predictable feel. That's not necessarily the quickest car, but it is definitely a more confidence-inspiring car, for whichever driver.
Christian, we did think, though, when Yuki came in, he's under no illusions that he is the number 2 driver in this team. I wonder if you can get the car a little bit closer to McLaren, who are some way ahead at the moment. Is it advantageous to you to have that solid number 1 and 2 combo, as opposed to someone like McLaren? At Ferrari, you have 2 number 1 drivers, potentially.
Well, look, I think our rules of engagement are very clear. Max is the lead driver, and Yuki's job is to support him as best as he can to retain that driver's championship. Now, the performance that he's just put in that last session is exactly where we want him to be up there, able to support Max. And our advantage is that we're very clear in that strategy. Of course, McLaren have got 2 drivers fighting for a championship. They'll be taking points theoretically off each other. Ferrari the same. So in a very tight battle, sometimes you've got to back your horse.
Just a final one on Dr. Marco's comments about, actually, it was Adrian Newey, when he was at the team, that had the red flag up for Yuki. Is there any truth in those?
No, I mean, Adrian wasn't involved in driver decisions, certainly for this year. I think from what the comments that I saw, I think Helmut was referring to an incident back in 2022 at Silverstone. So, Adrian had no input into our driver selection for this year.
Done? I thought
you said
go.
last one. You did say last one.
Question, so therefore
thought that'd be the last one then.
Yeah, it's the last question.
Yeah, as Christian Horner said, it was a very positive start for the Yuki Tsunoda. I think from the first practice session, just Yuki Tsunoda just told us that he deserved much more than Liam Lawson, and we saw the Liam Lawson he just couldn't be faster than Isaac Ajar. We had an interesting interview with the Christian Horner, very honest interview. But we will see what time will bring to us. We will see at the practice too and the qualifying what is going to happen with the Yuki Tsunoda. But for the start, definitely he was absolutely doing that Red Bull wants from the Yuki Tsunoda. And as I said, like Max Verstappen is number 1 driver, and Yuki's job is just to support Max Verstappen like Perez did on 2022 and 2023. But we will see Yuki how will handle this situation. But I think he will do good jobs in a Red Bull. Don't forget to like the video, comment it, and subscribe to the channel.